Okay, recording. Yeah, okay, it's recording. My hero. Season 8, episode 1. God, it is so peak. I don't think anyone can understand how cinematic this first episode is. This season is off to such a strong start. Like, oh, I can't conceive it. I actually can't conceive how good this is right now. So I guess I'll just go through the entire episode, and there's like no flaws about this episode that I can think of right now. Like, first, this episode starts off with like 1 to 5 minutes or so of recap of the last season, which is fine. You know, it's been a while. Some people aren't rewatching My Hero right now, so they might need that little recap. That's fine, I guess. But then the next 15 minutes that inspire, the next 15 minutes are some of the most peak cinematic pieces of media you will ever see from My Hero. Like, oh my god. So let's just go by it one by one. So this entire episode is mostly focused on All for One versus All Might, which is so cool. We have, they're just fighting it out, and All Might used Red Riot. All Might used Red Riot. Yes! That is the one thing I wanted All Might to use. I didn't care about anyone else's quirk being used besides Kirishima's. The second he used Red Riot, I knew that this fight was automatically even more peak than I already thought it was. Alright? Then, they keep fighting. We get, see him use, like, Tailman, Gravity, Ingenium, all the people from Class 1A. He even used Manetta's quirk, which is crazy. And then, what happens next is we get, cut off a little bit, and we get some Yuga screen time. We get some Aoyama screen time. And he's going through stuff. He's fighting this, like, poison vine dude. What kind of reminds me from that one dude that from the Elf arc of Black Clover who attacked Hodge Village. That dude, he has poison plant a quirk, I guess. And he just defeated Fat Gum and made a giant flower out of his, like, I don't know how his quirk works. I might have to research that. But then Yuga, he's about to go down because they took his naval laser belt, so he can't control his naval laser. But Yuga, I think Yuga just gained like 50,000 aura points from this, because he's sitting there, basically being crucified by plants. Looks the villain straight in his eyes and says, I forget what he says, but he keeps, storing up his naval laser, brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, fires it, it misses, but who comes out? Invisible Girl. Yeah, one of the most irrelevant characters in Class 1A clutches up and, like, Kamehamehas this villain with Yuga's naval laser. Like, legit, he fired that naval laser, she grabbed it, and hit a Kamehameha. And I'm pretty sure that dude was eviscerated. Like, I don't think we'll be seeing him anytime soon, because it looked like he got eviscerated. Then we cut back to All Might versus All for One. Even more peak, okay? Keep going. Right after watching Yuga pop off, we get All Might using his quirk, and, just the laser hammering down on All Might. Or not All Might, All for One. And then we get cut to this scene where this kid and his grandma are watching TV, and this kid's like, who's this person in the suit? And what happens if they win? What happens if they lose? The grandma, I think, honestly made me really mad with her response. The grandma says, it doesn't matter. It's in a country far, far away. It doesn't concern us. Oh, if only you knew. If only you knew. It does concern you. Because if that man loses and gets the Shigaraki, oh, the whole world is cooked. I'm telling you right now, the entire world is cooked. So it very much does concern you. Not like you could do anything, but that kid, honestly, pretty emotional scene, and respect to that kid. That kid has my respect. Goes back to All Might versus All for One, and they're duking it out. Even more peak action happens, and the naval laser, it overloads and explodes. So, All for One's crawling out. He's super young because the Rewind quirk's taken, like, full effect and is, de-aging him rapidly. So he's glowing, and he's about to kill All Might. Like, All Might laying on a rock, all beat up, can't do nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. But you know who comes out? You know who comes out? Like, before All Might's about to die to this, like, 13-year-old All For One, I think he actually might, this dude might actually be in my new top 10 favorite My Hero Academia characters. Because, what did I just witness? The hero killer Stain clutches up and saves All Might. Because he realizes, well, you know what? I think that skinny dude is All Might. I just didn't realize it because he's skinny and, you know, not buff and like 7 foot tall. So he realizes it is All Might indeed and clutches up and saves him. And we get left on this stupid cliffhanger. And I can already tell that next episode is going to be straight peak because we get to see Stain and now All Might fight All For One. And this episode felt so fast. Like, I started watching it, I blinked, saw some peak things happen, and then I was already 10 minutes into the episode. I blink one more time, a bunch of more peak just happens, and the episode's over. That felt like 10 minutes. That episode felt like 10 minutes. It was 23 minutes. It felt like 10 minutes. Oh my god. I think this might actually be My Hero Academia's best season. Like, this season might actually receive a 10 out of 10 from me when it finishes. If it finishes, I'm going to give this season a 10 out of 10 on my A list if it does hold up to my expectations. Because there is a few things that it needs to prove to me. It's already proven most of them to me, but we'll see. So far, peak. If you haven't watched My Hero Academia or aren't to this point, you're really missing out. So catch up, get on the grind, and you need to watch this first episode because it is just so incredibly peak. I don't understand how something can be this peak. First episode. Then again, Attack on Titan does exist, and that was a pretty peak episode. This also might just be my Attack on Titan bias kicking in. But still, peak. Yeah, peak.